All right, guys, more proportions today. Today we're talking about markups, which I think is kind of a new concept for a lot of you. I think the idea is something that will make sense and you may be familiar with, but maybe not in this aspect. But, well, let's start with the example because it's kind of hard to explain without some context to it. So when we're talking about markup, the example says that a store pays $70 for a bike. The markup is 85%. What will the customer pay for the bike? So if a store buys a bike for $70, it really doesn't make a lot of sense for them to sell the bike for $70 because they bought it for $70, they sold it for $70, and all that work, all that effort that they put into it, the store that they put it in, all the people, the employees that they paid to sell the bike and to run the registers and to keep the store clean and the air conditioning on, all of those things cost money. And if they buy a bike for $70 and sell it for $70, they're not making any money to pay for their store. They're not making any money to pay themselves. So what markup is what the store adds to what they paid. So the store pays $70. The markup is the amount that they're going to add to $70 so that they can make a profit, so that they can make some money when they sell the bike. All right, and we're going to do some examples here and put it a little bit more into perspective. And hopefully by the end of it, it's something you're a little bit more familiar with. So first of all, anytime a percent is missing, just like the rest of this unit, if a percent is missing, we're going to use the change of percent formula. If it's missing the percent, we're going to go back and use the change of percent formula, and we'll do some examples down below. But let's look at this example. The store pays $70 for the bike. The markup is 85%. So what will the customer pay? So we need to figure out the amount that they're going to add on to the bike so that we know what the customer is going to pay. And again, because we're looking for the percent of this amount, there's a shortcut that we can use. And I also want you to be familiar with the proportion. So we're going to do the proportion first because I think that's a lot more useful in other situations. So the proportion, the way it looks, of course, is the percent of markup goes on the left, and underneath that goes 100 because we always put percent over 100. So the percent of markup, the percent that we're going to mark it up. And in this case, that's 85%. So over here, I'm going to put 85 over 100. Because I want to figure out if this is my percent of markup, this is going to be the amount of markup. Or in other words, the amount that I'm going to add to this price. So up here, we'll put that, amount of markup. And that's what we're looking for. We don't know what the amount of markup is. That's what we're trying to figure out. So that's going to be my X. And for the most part, that's going to be your X, unless we're looking for the percent. So down on the bottom, here's where you need to be a little bit careful about the wording of the problem. The amount on the bottom, the number that goes here, is what the store paid for what they are selling. So down here, we want to put what the store paid. And in this case, the store paid $70 for the bike. So that's going to go on the bottom. That's going to go on the bottom in our proportion. So let's figure that out. We've got our proportion. We just need to cross multiply and divide. So 85 times 70. I cross multiply. I divide by 100. And I figure out that the amount that I need to add is $59.50. Remember, 59.5, that's money. So $59.50. That's the amount that I need to mark up this price. Now, that's not what the customer is going to pay, which is the question that was asked, but I need that amount to figure out what the customer is going to pay. So let's add those together. The store paid $70, then they added $59.50 to it. So if I have my $59.50 and I add $70, I get $129.50. So the store is going to pay $129, or sorry, the store is going to charge $129.50. That's what the customer is going to pay. So the profit, so the amount that the store is going to make is $59.50. Okay, now obviously there's the shortcut of finding the percent. If I'm looking for 85% of 70, I can just multiply the store's cost, the amount the store paid, the store's cost by the markup percent. So I can multiply the store's cost by the markup percent. I can do that, and that tells me how much markup, how much money the store adds to the price. So I can do that. I can just say $70 times 85% gives me $59.50. That gives me the cost or the money that the store is going to add to the bike. So we add this price, we add this amount to the store cost, and this is your answer. This is what the store charges. Or it's the customer's price. That's what the customer is going to have to pay. Okay, so let's try a couple of these. There's 5 problems down here. I'm going to do 2 of them, and I'm going to leave you to do 2 others. Okay, so the first one says that the cost to the store is $20, and they have a markup of 15%. So what's your cost? So let's do this one. Well, let's use the shortcut on this one. I just want to take $20 and times that by 15% to figure out how much the store is going to add. So $20 times 15% tells me that the store is going to add $3 to the price. So if it was $20 and the store adds $3, that means that I'm going to pay $23 for that item. All right. Okay, next one. We're going to use a proportion for this one. The cost to the store is 110. The markup is 140%. So 140% goes on top, and the cost to the store, the store's amount, is 110, and we need to figure out what we're going to add on. So we cross multiply and we divide. 140 times 110 divided by 100 equals $154. So the store is going to add on $154 to their price. So 110 plus 154 equals $264. That's going to be your cost. Okay. Now, if you want to pause the video right now and just do this problem on your own, you're welcome to pause it, or you can wait till we're done to do this problem in the middle. Okay. Now, down here, a store buys an item for $10. They want to earn a profit of $25. What percent does the store need to mark up the item? So this is what the store paid. They want to make $25 more than this. So this is the amount that they need to mark it up. That's how much they need to change the price. And I'm looking for what percent that would be. So X over 100 equals the amount that they're going to mark up, which is $25. That's how much they need to add to the price. So that goes on top. And on the bottom goes my original store cost right here. So then I cross multiply and divide 100 times 25 divided by 10. So 100 times 25 divided by 10. And we get 250. Now remember, that's a percent. So they have to add 250% to their price so that they can earn $25 when they sell it. Okay, again, you've got a problem to try on your own. The store bought it for $250. They want to earn a profit of $300. So they want to add on $300 extra and to make a profit. So you need to figure out what percent they're going to mark it up. So go ahead, set that one up, cross multiply, divide, find the percent, come show me your work. Let me see that you understand what's going on, and I'll get you the practice for the day. Good luck.